Kids these days. I love this subject because my two kids just went back to school for full time.
Who's happier than Jamison Coyle?
My dog. Just a little peace and quiet in the Coyle household. But kids these days, our focus is on NHLers. And that's your top 5 players under the age of 23. And boy, is there a heapful to choose from. A lot of young talent in the NHL.
And isn't that the way the game is going? We see younger and younger players as the game progresses. This is a post-salary cap world, and the emphasis on youth. And boy, there are some doozies, JMO.
All right, we're starting at number 5. Andrei Svechnikov signing the new, very team-friendly deal down there in Carolina. Why are you so high on Andrei Svechnikov?
Well, you got to be pretty good. You got to be pretty skilled when you step into the league, and just maybe 3 years into it, you've already got a shot named after you. But he's remarkable. He really is. Obviously, enhanced by the fact that he plays with some really high-end talent around him. The likes of Taiwan and Aho, just to name a few, a couple of line mates. But Svechnikov really is the kind of guy, again, great shot, great distributor, but plays the game at a really high level, processes it exceptionally well, and to me, one of those guys that just kind of makes the game look easier, very fluid, incredible offensive instincts.
All right, at number 4, a lot of Senators in this show today. Yeah. Again, the future is bright.
A Senators theme.
Exactly. Brady Tkachuk at number 4. Feels like he's been in the league forever, whether that's his brother or his dad. We've always had a Tkachuk. He's certainly making an impact for himself up there in Ottawa.
Yeah, he really does. And I think much like his brother, and certainly much like his father before him, plays a really brash brand of the game. Brady Tkachuk, from the moment he stepped onto NHL ice, has been just that kind of player. Abrasive, gritty, very talented, very hardworking, and drives the tempo for his Ottawa Senators. This is a guy that the numbers, the raw boxcar statistics don't tell you everything you need to know about the player, because Brady brings some of those really intangible elements, and you and I have had this conversation. If he doesn't end up the captain of these Ottawa Senators at some point in the near future, something's gone amiss.
Yeah. How about at number 3, Elias Pettersson, a guy who, when he's out there, he is incredible to watch. Human highlight reel. Missed a lot of time last year. Seems healthy this year. Why is he at number 3?
For me, I mean, I'm astonished at the pure offensive skills, the skill set in general. As we leaned in, looking forward to a moment when Pettersson comes on the ice, I really felt he was undersized. Not so much in terms of height, but just the overall build. It has not been a problem. And he is maturing, adding as he goes. But from the moment he stepped on the ice, it's, again, very fluid. It translates to NHL ice coming over from Western Europe. He has been nothing short of astonishing, an impact player from the outset.
What do you think of Vancouver this season? A couple of changes this offseason. Seemed like they were trending in the right direction. What do you make of Vancouver playing in what we used to call the Pacific Division, now with the likes of Seattle and usual suspects?
Yeah, I think last year was a bit of an abomination for the Vancouver Canucks. I think this team returns to the form we saw 2 years ago, where they went on a good-sized run into the Stanley Cup postseason, the playoffs. To me, this team makes a comeback. This team gets back to that form. I think Demko kind of gets his game in order, and I think somebody like a Pettersson. Last year may have been a blip, an off year for Pettersson. In my estimation, more to come, more better hockey to come for Pettersson. And remember, this is a guy, and all this group we're talking about, they are a ways from their physical prime, Jamison. Come 27, 28, 29, that's when you're going to see the true mark of the player.
Again, the stipulation, all these players under 23. Your top 2, they roam the blue line. Defensemen. At number 2, the guy down in Dallas, Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah, I like Miro Heiskanen. Amazing and astonishing to me that we talk about this guy in the context of, yes, he's just 23 years of age in this category. But he, from the moment he stepped onto NHL ice, has looked incredibly comfortable, a good-sized athlete, a great skater for his size, and he's made it look all very easy, very simple, just in terms of the transition. But a real asset on the attack, although he plays the defense position, a real asset on the attack, and a real handful when he activates.
Heck of a skater. What do you make of Dallas this season? Down years, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin injured much of it. This was a team 2 years ago, went to the Stanley Cup final, lost to the Lightning. Are we going to see the team from 2 years ago, or maybe the team closer to the team that we saw last year that really underachieved?
I think it's the former. I really do. I think this group, you look at guys like Guryanov and Rope Hintz and players like that who will be taking the mantle over from the Jamie Benns and the Tyler Sagans of this roster. Depending on how things go at the goaltending position, depending on how that shakes out for these Dallas Stars, the changes they've made at the decor, and in my estimation, adding Ryan Suter has to be. There's only one way to look at that. There's an upgrade in terms of your top four. I think this is a group that gets back to bigger and better things.
All right, bigger and better. Nobody better than number one. I asked for some special effects for your countdown show. They said wasn't in the budget. So
wasn't in the budget.
There's your drum roll. At number one, Cale Makar.
There you go, Cale Makar. And I'll tell you what, we talk about guys like Cale Makar and Adam Fox, and to step into onto NHL ice and to make the defense position look as easy as these two guys have. I talk about Fox and Makar, but Makar especially, he has been nothing short of remarkable in his very brief NHL career to this point. Quarterbacking a power play from the defense position, defending against some of these elite level NHLers and holding your own, like Makar has done really from the moment he stepped on to NHL ice, has been nothing short of remarkable. These guys have made it look easy, and there are not one, I'm sure, but multiple Norris trophies in that man's future.
Norris, how do you, Norris
squared, Norris
incredible. We'll see how it plays out, but certainly some talented youngsters in the NHL.